And one of the things that you talk about in your research is fiscal and policy wildcards. And Tom, I want to take that to you because looking ahead to 2025, you're saying these are possible surprises. The U.S. dollar could weaken after the inauguration and that energy stocks could underperform, which I think is interesting. And I want to point this out to you. Wolf Research put out a note this morning. They say that the Trump trade is already running out of steam. They say uncertainty in the first half puts a damper on that trade. So in the meantime, they're focused on the Mag 7. How do you respond to that?
Well, thanks, Cheryl. I think to tag on what Dutch was talking about, his long duration trades, I think the biggest surprise of 2025 is going to be that the 10-year Treasury gets bid, yields compress. What we saw in 2016, after the election, Treasuries sold off, yields went up. After the inauguration of Trump, bonds got bid, yields compressed, and that's going to help Dutch's long duration trades. But we like simpler stocks. We like Boeing is a headline today. That one's still down 60%, and you can't give it away. But guess what? Kelly Ortberg is fixing the ship. He's got the union problem solved. He's got the 737 back on the line. He's got a $500 billion backlog over the next 10 years. So I think it's going to surprise people that Boeing continues to climb higher.
But the concern about Boeing, though, is that I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, about 60% of the revenue, the payment for each plane doesn't come into the company until they actually deliver the aircraft. So that all of this delay has been one of the issues that hit the stock during the strike. You're not concerned about this backlog?
They've taken out a tremendous amount of cost, Cheryl. The backlog is solid. China is going to double its fleet by 2043. Oh, and by the way, you can only get planes from two vendors. One's called Boeing, one's called Airbus. The stock's down 60%. This is one you can tuck away. You can sleep well at night. And by the way, Kelly Ortberg is a turnaround specialist. At Rockwell Collins, in just 6 years, he quadrupled the shareholders' money before he sold the company. So I think he's going to do a tremendous job turning things around. He's on the floor in Seattle. Engineer, not a salesperson. We're going to see good things from Boeing in the next 2 years.
And you can see from the chart, Tom, that the stock is in recovery mode, as to be expected after that strike ended. And Dutch, I want to go back to you again, talk about that fiscal policy question mark, as we are now, 40 days away from Inauguration Day. You're talking about those fiscal and policy wild cards, Dutch. I do want to get your take on, on federal deficits and stimulus, because, Biden is throwing out more student debt payments. He made that announcement today. So there's more fiscal stimulus going in, more cost to taxpayers. On the other side, you've got Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, and they're focused on $2 trillion in cuts and getting the fiscal house in Washington in order. How do you play that, though, as an investor as we wait?
I would say that, you got to get long this market, okay? The Trump trade running out of steam, that's total garbage. It hadn't even started yet. Look at this dream team that he's put together. What happens if we cut government spending, rates come down, and he's able to lower the tax rates for individuals to next to nothing? This economy, the United States will become the most dominant player like ever on the planet that we've ever seen if they just let them do this. People will invest money in the markets. They will invest in people. They will grow their inventories. They will grow their businesses again. We're just getting started.
All right, well, we shall see. I mean, certainly there's a lot of excitement around, in particular, in my mind, especially with dealing with nearly $36 trillion in debt that this nation is sitting on. Can we right the ship? And Dutch, you're saying that we can, and that would be great for the markets, obviously. Dutch Masters, Thomas Hayes, guys, thank you so much. It's great to see you both today. Appreciate your time.